Now every once in a while I gotta take a step back and admire some of my work. We have the 1965 GMC 2500. We got the patina paint job on this one. We have the 1984 El Camino with an all-wheel drive turbo Honda power plant. I love these two vehicles so much. This is one of the last times that they will ever be near each other because this truck could be yours. I'm going to be announcing the cutoff date for the giveaway here very shortly if it does not sell out, so you still have a really good opportunity to win this thing. Make sure you hit the link down below so that way you have a chance to get in there while you still can, and be looking out for that date where we call the entire thing off here very shortly. Small block Chevy 350, full truck build, great shop truck. That could be yours, like I said, so check that out while you still can. I think I'm repeating myself at this point, so why don't we cut this off, go to the intro, then we will get started on the all-wheel drive turbo B-Series Honda swapped El Camino.
And now, you're watching the unbiased, zero political opinion, but that can all change for 10 mil channel of YouTube. Welcome to Bodie Vision.
So really quickly before we get started, I want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of today's video, Teeu. Download the Teeu app, search my promo code right here on the screen and get a $100 coupon bundle for all users. Now let's check out exactly what I got from them to show you guys. All of this was, I think I had a $150 budget and I was able to buy a whole bunch of things like this little pop clip tool. This is something that I thought I would use pretty cool. I'll just go over with you what I got. We have a metric nut and bolt set that'll come in handy, grade 8. We also have a bunch of ends for wiring for when I'm making all kinds of wiring. I got a lot of stuff for this. Now something like this, stainless steel assortment clamps with rubber on them, this can't, how could this not be fine? I mean, it's gonna hold the brake line, it's gonna hold something. We also have some of these shrinking butt connectors. I can restock some of my stuff over there. Assortment of heat shrink. I also picked up a little harness disconnector tool. I've seen these before. I've never used one. I thought that would be pretty cool. And what else do I got? A little assortment of cotter pins. I kind of like this style. These are pretty cool too. I got a deburring tool since I've been doing a lot of aluminum welding with the piping and whatnot. I needed these before, but I got one now. So let's see how that goes. Little swivel deburr tool. Then I also got some high heat lines because I have a whole bunch of things running down there and brake lines and all kinds of other lines. I don't want them to be too close to my exhaust manifold and all of that stuff. Then I also got this big boy. I'm going to actually be using this on some of my AC lines. Came with gloves, clamps. This is like high heat wrap. So what this does, you've probably seen this on like race car application stuff. So you fold this over, Velcro, Velcro. I'm going to be putting this on my AC lines in the engine bay. The AC lines that are very close to the turbo manifold. I'm going to actually be putting these on right now. So bear with me. We will do a real review. Final thing, a bunch of hose clamps. So I figured let me just take advantage of this offer and restock on some of my consumables. Yeah, so I think we got everything. So let's do a real life transition over here and put some of that stuff in the engine bay for the exact reason that I bought it for. We want to put some stuff here. Let's throw it on a time lapse real quick. And also, as I throw this on a time lapse, one of you guys actually help me out on some settings that I can change on my GoPro to get rid of that darkness that travels across the screen. It's really bad when I'm painting and whatnot, so I should have that pretty locked down. Let me know if that improves the viewing experience, and also this goes to show that I do read each and every one of your guys' comments. So let's get moving. Let's throw it on the time lapse and see if that looks better while we throw on some of these Teeu parts. Alright, so now that is looking good, let's get into knocking out some of these tasks in the engine bay. So I have some stainless steel over here that I bought. I just bought some universal, weird bends, whatever. Figuring I could make something work, and before I picked up the camera, I wanted to kind of get an idea of what I needed to do underneath the car, so that way I could just fill you in accordingly. So we have this piece right here, which is a 45, and I had to cut it in order for it to work. Now this and this, the V-band is going to go right there, nice and flush on the inside. We got my newer fab table that I just picked up. The good old Harbor Freight Special is going to work out just fine for me. We also have my HTP Invertig 221 AC/DC TIG welder, which I just learned how to use. Picked up some stainless steel rod, got some stainless steel stuff going on, and I'm just gonna go for it. So we'll see how this turns out. I just gotta get this put together, throw it under the car, because I just need to at least get some flames away from stuff that matters. I need to get those flames underneath the car, if not out the back. So we have successfully welded that down tube. Now what I want to do towards the bottom is I kind of want to do something like a teardrop at the bottom, just so that way we get it up on out of there. So I have this other piece that I cut off. This came from, ignore that piece over here. This came from some of the universal thing that I got. So I have a little mark right there. That's where I want to make my cut line, and since I'm going to be TIG welding this and fit and finishes everything for someone like me who does not completely know what they're doing, I want to make this cut as accurate as possible. And I'm just going to be using an angle grinder because that's what I got. It'd be nice if I got something else going on, but you know, you do what you can with what you got while you got what you have for the time being. So we have a nice straight line there that I'm going to cut with my angle grinder. Once that's at the correct distance away, I will then cut off this teardrop little design. It'll make more sense as I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and make that cut, tack that on, then I will show you everything. We're just gonna keep this thing rolling. What you think, Lola? I'm go inside, you hot? Good girl. Alright, so we have that teardrop little dump tube looking pretty solid. One thing that I'd like to do for that, I need to get me a nice belt sander so that way I can really flatten out that teardrop to make it completely parallel to the earth, because right now, it's a little bit crooked, but we're getting there. We're doing what we can with what we got. So usually my videos are I'm working on the car throughout the week. I might not pick up the camera for 1 or 2 days because I'm mainly just trying to show you the big major points. But the reality of this project, or any project as we're getting to the end, is it becomes a lot less interesting. So I'm just kind of putting pieces together. We have this trim on over here that I painted black. I painted it black because it was so messed up before. So I figured black would look cool. And that's actually one of the reasons why I went black with the bumpers when I did, because I know we'd have all the black trim, so I thought it would look good. But I like how the bumpers look. The trim, I'm cool with it being black. So I got to get all of this stuff secured and all of that figured out. I also cleaned up the rear window. This is the first time I've ever seen inside the car through the rear window because the tint was just annihilated before. But that's looking good. I think I want to kind of switch directions here a little bit. I have some more, well, the trim for the other side is drying, so I don't want to put that on quite yet. So what I want to do right now is regroup and reorganize. There's so much trash on the inside of the car, and it's trash because of the process of building, all kinds of wiring and just pieces that I'm not going to be using. It just kind of ends up in the car if I'm not messing with it at that point. So I think I might even rip out the seats, get everything out of the interior that doesn't need to be in there, get stuff cleaned up, run some wiring, work on potentially building out this interior because it's something that I'm going to want to do. I want it to look good. There's a lot of work on the dash we have to do. We have to fit in the gauge cluster because the windshield actually sits about where the gauge cluster works. So no reason to keep talking about it. Let's get some of this stuff out of here and see what the next steps are. So since we are making really good progress messing around with the interior, one thing that I was thinking all along is I'd like to probably do some different seats, maybe get something with some color, maybe some red SRD Recaros like what would be in the Civic Type R or Integra Type R from the 90s, the same era that the CR-V was. But those are pretty expensive, so then I was thinking about maybe something else. But then I also had the thought, I have a local shop that I worked with before on doing the seats for the shop truck, the giveaway truck. We did these guys over here, and these things turned out so good. I think that, like the CR-V seats, I don't hate them. I think they look completely fine. They already fit in there. We have the rails, everything is all good. The foam looks good. Everything is fine about them, except they just don't really match the aesthetic of the car anymore. So why don't I just go ahead and get those rewrapped? So what I want to do right now, let's go ahead and get the shop truck washed because I haven't washed it. What the heck is going on? Because I haven't washed it in a little while. So let's go ahead and get this thing washed down. Then I'm gonna hit the road, get those seats dropped off, figure something out with those guys over there. What I like to do whenever I'm going to any shop of any kind, they're the professionals with it, right? I know to a certain extent how I want them done, but they're gonna be the ones to help me as far as color, pattern, and they know what looks good. So let's just let them do their thing on it. So let's get the truck washed, and then we will head over there and get the other seats dropped off and say what's up to those guys. All right, so we got old girl washed off. Let's get these seats loaded up nice and carefully. We don't want to scratch the patina on here, which is serious. I like it when this car is clean. You would think because it's patinaed, you don't need to wash it, but dude, when it's washed, it looks a lot better. See how great of a shop truck this is? This shop truck could be yours, and you could be loading it up with your trash, taking it to get redone. All right, so let's go ahead and make our way over there and talk to the guys, see what we want to do for these seats. I don't have exactly what I want to do locked down, but I'm sure with meeting with them, looking at some of their material that they have on the shelf, we can come up with something good. So let's go ahead and take off, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right, so we just pulled up over here. What's up, bro? How you been, man?
What's going on, dog?
So we got these seats here for you today. These are from a CRV, but they're going in an El Camino. You've seen the car, you've seen the project, right?
CRV El Camino, I love it. They don't even match, but they somehow do.
Right, it works out. So what do you think about these? What do we, kind of got some colors going on?
Well, you showed me a couple pictures, and I kind of like the houndstooth idea. You wanted to go like red or something like that. I don't have red in stock. I got blue though, so it'll be, imagine this being red. And I think what we'll do is we'll have the houndstooth and for the inserts in this whole area here, all houndstooth here and here.
Yeah.
Thinking we were talking about maybe chopping these.
Yeah, just so that we
get
don't
them out
see
of the way.
Yep. Because through the back window, you'd see them a whole bunch, you know.
I think it'll look a lot better, and it'll probably feel a lot cooler too.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
And then so we'll have the houndstooth insert, and then I was thinking black. Do some black vinyl to go around the edges.
Yeah.
And then what we'll do is we'll have some French seams going around the sides in red. We'll do all red houndstooth, red stitching on the sides, and then that way it'll break it up a little bit and kind of keep it all real nice, but not be too much.
Yeah, I think so. And then this is roughly the color that we're going with, the red and the white houndstooth.
Yes, which I love. First we saw just the black, but I like the white because the El Camino is white.
Right, and that'll break it up a little bit. Then we'll also go with some of that same material on the door panels and whatnot. Figure out the carpet, do the whole thing. We got to make the dash work. I also have to build some more pieces to make the dash actually fit. So we got a lot of stuff going on, but I am super hyped to get these seats over here. I know these guys do a really good job. You guys killed it on my other seat.
Thanks, man.
This is the third thing that I'm dropping off with you guys. I haven't even shown them the other truck yet.
Maybe we'll get you guys some work soon, huh?
Right, yeah, exactly. So, all right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you, bro. I'm going to head back to the shop. And the funny thing is with this, we are actually doing a trade. I'll show you a little bit of what we got going on over there once I get back to the shop. All right, so just pulling up back after the upholstery shop. It's funny, man. I knew that I wanted to get these seats done, and they had actually called me earlier in the week asking if I had any advice or if I wanted to come check out a project that they had that I might be interested in taking on. So it really worked out perfectly. These seats needed to get done. They needed some fabrication on this beautiful International Scout. Dude, I don't know too much about these cars, but what I do know, this is an awesome build and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And what they need me to do, I have full confidence that I can knock it out of the park. It should take me a few days, and you will see all of that in an upcoming special upload where I work on this International Scout, a quick little break from the El Camino. So if you're getting tired of seeing this thing so much, you want a little bit of break, make sure you subscribe so that way you can check out that video to come. Also, I want to encourage you to check out the giveaway of my 1965 GMC 2500 shop truck. What a beautiful truck that is. Great build all the way around, and it could not be a better shop truck for you if you're into that, or even if you're not into that and you just want to support me. I appreciate that so very much as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like this video, comment, subscribe to see some of the Scout content, or to see some of this content, or to see more of my face. You don't want to see more of my face. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.